has that third very, very well defended. And this new mech play, as he does have that weapons level 1 upgrade now, getting some ghosts as well. He's going to be using that EMP, of course. He's going to need that against the hardened shields against the Immortals. Here comes iNcontroL, though. He is going to just attack into all these tanks. Zealots with leg speed are going to be able to close the distance very, very quickly. He does have a good amount of Immortals, but I don't know if it's going to be quite enough to break Fenix. iNcontroL is going to pull back just a little bit, doing some damage. Those Immortals, again with that hardened shield, are going to be very, very useful against the tanks. And that's, of course, why we see Fenix getting some ghosts. He's going to need to EMP those, so those will not be a problem anymore. There's our first ghost heading in there as well. I don't believe I saw any earlier. And we see a pro blatantly throwing down a pylon right in front of these two SCVs. SCVs are like, hey, come on. Come on, you know we can't take out this pylon by ourselves. That's just mean. Fenix bunkering up as well. And this mech play just looking so strong against Protoss right now. And here comes iNcontroL with all these Immortals. And a great EMP going down, catching about half the Immortals there. 2 more with that hardened shield. Looks like iNcontroL is going to be forced back, but Fenix does need to pull quite a few SCVs to defend that. Not losing a whole lot, though. Let's get that army tab up again. Fenix almost 100 ahead of iNcontroL right now, about, well, I suppose about 70 to be precise. But quite far ahead at either rate. Some Zealots being warped in here. Those SCVs were not, of course, able to take out this pylon all the way before things were warped in. And iNcontroL actually going after this 4th base of Fenix, and there's nothing Fenix can really do to defend this. He's going to want to cancel that planetary fortress coming in. He does. He's going to try to fly it away, but it's just not going to be enough. In the meantime, Fenix moving in, taking out this 3rd base for iNcontroL. And iNcontroL losing this 3rd base. That's going to put him in a very, very difficult position right now. Here comes some more Zealots warped in by iNcontroL. They're going to be able to take out probably quite a few SCVs, as I don't think Fenix is really noticing this happen right now. There we go. There's a reaction from Fenix, but the Zealots are going to be able to kill a lot of gatherers. Not a lot of minerals left to be mined there, so it's not a huge deal, I suppose. iNcontroL going very, very Immortal heavy against mech, which seems natural, but with those ghosts added on there, that's going to make those Immortals a very delicate commodity. And looks like a Dark Shrine going down for iNcontroL as well. So pulling out any sort of trick in the book he can do to get an advantage back in this game, but it's going to be very, very difficult to come back from it, I think. We do see iNcontroL putting down a new 3rd base, possibly in a little bit safer position right now. I wouldn't be surprised, though, at all if Fenix does decide to expand here as well. And once Terran takes the middle of the map, very difficult for the other races to sort of break this, as you can kind of line it with quite a few siege tanks, as you can see. Yeah, just going really, really heavy into mech, getting that vehicle weapons level 2 upgrade right now as well. And Fenix just doing a great job of grabbing control of this game from iNcontroL. And using that slow, methodical mech play to keep his opponent on his back heel. Of course, with all those drops, too, that he's been doing. Very useful as well. I like the fact that iNcontroL took down these rocks here. That's going to make it a little bit quicker for him to go from place to place. Ooh, we also do see strike cannons being researched here at the armory. That's a Ghost Academy. Where's the armory? There's the armory right next to the Ghost Academy. And one of his armories anywhere. He must have a second one somewhere. Well, either way, he is researching that strike cannons. You know what? I really am a noob. It's on the tech lab on the factory. That's where you get the strike cannons. There it is. Can you tell I haven't used that upgrade in a while? Anyway, that's going to be useful against the Immortals, of course. Some DTs being warped in by iNcontroL, though. That's going to cause a little bit of a problem for Fenix to expand here, although that Raven is going to shut this down very, very quickly. DT has been fried successfully, and this Raven very, very low, having to be repaired a little bit there. And so let's take a look at the economic situation right now for iNcontroL. Very low on the economy. He does have a few minerals left at his natural. Of course, this 3rd is getting scanned as well as being fairly well saturated. And here comes some Hellions. They're going to go right past the cannons. And all these probes being lined up for those Hellions, but iNcontroL is right there to defend it. Supply count, or worker count rather, a little bit closer, 67 to 55 right now. The drop play from Fenix pretty much has ended at this point. He's got enough muscle in sheer mech to just sort of push his opponent at will. We do see another base going down. Fenix trying to take his 3rd over at this location. And if we go back to the army tab again, iNcontroL starting to catch up actually, 138 to 177 right now. But it's going to be so difficult to attack into what Fenix has here. I think at this point the best thing that iNcontroL could do is try to harass the economy as Fenix as much as he possibly can, as Fenix is pretty much completely mined out at his natural and his main. All he has is this one mining base at this point, as Mech does use up those resources very, very quickly. Medevac giving a little bit of vision here. This DT will go down, able to take a tank with it though. Not a bad idea there. Comes some Marines stimming in. They're going to go after this pylon to prevent any other units from being warped in. There is a pylon in the back, but I think it's a little bit too late for iNcontroL. He's going to lose his third again. In the meantime, army coming up. They're going to intercept this command center for Fenix. And Fenix really, really needs to secure a fourth base. Here he is securing this one. Finally, that's going to be huge for him. But he's not going to be able to take this particular base. The Nexus has died for iNcontroL at his third. And iNcontroL has basically just this as his mining base, and that's going to run out very, very soon. Here comes iNcontroL. He's just going to attack, actually catching a lot of Fenix's army out of position. Great job by iNcontroL, able to catch that army when it was split. Here come the strike cannons, though, for Fenix. Not able to cause a whole lot of damage, though, as there are just a ton of Immortals. That planetary fortress basically being vaporized by those Immortals very, very quickly. Immortals in large numbers doing an enormous amount of damage, as you can see there. And of course, again, you know, looking at those upgrades he got earlier, he is now 3-3, and he probably has been for quite a while. Meantime, Fenix is just 2-0 with Mech, and 0-0 with Bio as well. These SCVs count as a Bio unit, don't they? Yeah. Trying to find a Marine to click on to make sure. There's one. Oh, 1-0, okay. So they do not get those upgrades. These DTs, though, were able to prevent Fenix from taking that fourth. So now this is basically Fenix's only mining base as well. Let's take a look at the army tab again. Fenix actually dropped quite a bit, losing all that mech, 126 to 115. And if iNcontroL can secure a third, or possibly catch his opponent's army out of position again, he might be able to take that down. Although it's just still going to be so difficult for him to take this on. I hear the sound of DTs. There one is, taking control of that Zell Nagatar for just a second. DT going to go after this Marauder. And 3-3 Dark Templars are quite scary. You see iNcontroL taking again his third. A lot of Hellions running around the map. Nice scan by Fenix to pick off that Dark Templar. And some Banshees actually being produced again by Fenix. Those late game Banshees are going to be quite good in terms of harassment. iNcontroL trying to work in some more DTs, but that's a pretty expensive unit to throw at things like planetary fortresses at this point in the game. We're probably going to see him produce a few less of those. For the rest of the game, he does get that Archon there as well. A couple Colossus out right now, or Colossi, or Colossuses, whatever you decide to call them. All these Hellions getting caught by the army of iNcontroL. Nice job there. Great EMP, though, goes down on the units of iNcontroL, taking out the shields of most of those. And here come the Banshees. As a lot of those units cannot shoot up, that's going to be very bad for iNcontroL if those Phoenixes can stay on him. We do see a couple Stalkers there, but just not enough. He's going to need a few more. All the probes being brought back to the main base of iNcontroL, doing a lot of long-distance mining. That's really his only option right now. He can't really saturate this yet with those Banshees out on the field. Another scan going down, looking for more Observers and Dark Templars. Small Hellion force moving in again to prevent that mass exodus of probes. But here they come anyway. They're going to walk right into the Hellions. And iNcontroL is going to lose a lot of gatherers here. Actually doing a pretty good job of splitting that up before his army is able to take out the Hellions. Fenix has re-expanded to this middle expansion. And yeah, really with this mech play transitioning into a little bit more bio in the late game with a lot of Hellions to continue their harass. He's really using the mobility of Hellions, and to a certain extent Marines and Banshees as well with drops, to really get the advantage on iNcontroL. Although iNcontroL is going to be able to take out this base without any trouble at all. Again, those Immortals just vaporizing that command center. Immediately being rebuilt by Fenix. He does have a decent trust fund going right now. If we look at the army tab, only at about 130 food though, so players still fairly close. And here comes iNcontroL moving into the main base of Fenix. He's going to try to take out as many production buildings as he can, but there's so many Banshees by Fenix. I don't know if he's going to be able to take those out, but it looks like Fenix not really focusing on those Stalkers too much. There's going to be just enough, but iNcontroL right now in the main base. but Fenix with all these tanks, I think it's going to be just fine. Looks like there might have been another EMP going down there, catching a few of the units of iNcontroL. A lot of production buildings dying, though, for Fenix. Let's keep an eye on that army tab. Both players dropping quite a bit right now. iNcontroL moving back some of those Colossus, trying to use the range to get vision on some of those tanks. Take those out with that Thermal Lance upgrade. But those Banshees, again, those late-game Banshees for Fenix, so good against late-game Protoss because of those Immortal and Colossus. Not a single Stargate seen in this entire game. More Phoenixes, or not more Phoenixes, more Stalkers being warped in. Nice blink to get underneath those Banshees. Point defense drone coming in and saving the day, though. 2-point defense drones is going to be more than enough to outlast, although here comes some more Stalkers for iNcontroL. And now Fenix is going to need to run away. He does lose those 2 Banshees. iNcontroL may actually win this game, and he does. Fenix GGing. Wow, after losing all his army to iNcontroL thanks to that Thermal Lance. And some more stuff coming in from behind. iNcontroL able to scrape out a win from almost certain defeat. Wow, I really have to say I did not expect iNcontroL to win that game, but great job able to win that game from iNcontroL. I'm so flustered I can barely talk. It's just the agony of seeing a Terran player lose. It breaks my Terran heart. But these things happen. We move on. We'll expand to another building. We'll expand to another map, I guess. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the cast. Ended up being a very cool, exciting game. If you like my cast, of course, please subscribe, and you can take a look at my live stuff on theRushNetwork.com. I usually cast a couple times per week, so definitely go there and check out our schedule. Again, look for the link to the replays in the description of this video. Thanks for watching again, guys. Keep playing StarCraft 2, and I'll see you on the next cast.